I was born profoundly deaf. I come from a deaf family. I have deaf parents, a deaf auntie, deaf uncles. I have 2 deaf brothers, a deaf sister, and I have 3 nephews who are deaf. I actually have 5 nephews, but 3 are deaf. So we have the deaf gene in our family. Over there is a school that I used to go to every Wednesday evening for training. It was football training with Hackney Women. It's a very special place to me because I used to come here every week, and it was also the first club I joined after coming out. I knew from 5 years old that I liked girls, but it wasn't easy for me to accept that myself. There are role models out there. I knew there were gay and lesbian role models out there, and I know my family were accepting, but it was more of a personal thing. I still hadn't accepted it myself. I needed to be comfortable first, and then I could come out. But I wasn't comfortable early on. I didn't know how to explain my feelings. I didn't know how to express that I liked women.
It's been so long.
I know. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look there.
You too, you smell nice.
Oh. Hi.
We played together at Hackney, but never at the same time. What does the club mean to you?
Well, I came out at university, which wasn't in London, and when I came back to London, I really wanted to know where the lesbians were, and it turns out they were all here. Exactly. And it was an incredible place to come and build community. I love football, I've always loved football, and I was privileged enough to manage this team for 5 or 6 seasons and make incredible friendships, including with people that we didn't cross over like we didn't, and yet we've still got a brilliant friendship, which is something I really value.
I was about 21 when I came out. It was quite late. I went to Australia for Deaf Olympics, and that was when I met another girl and we were flirting with each other, and I realised, I already knew deep down that I was a lesbian, but that was confirmation for me to come out. That was when I thought, no, enough is enough. It's like a burden on my shoulders. And when I came out, I really felt a weight lifted. And in hindsight, I thought I had so many friends who would have sat and spoke with me, but I was just too closed-minded and too nervous and scared to come out. I think what was so great about this club was the different people from different backgrounds, but we all connected on our lesbian identity or football.
Absolutely, and I think the other wonderful thing was people had very different abilities. It's actually Damaris you were a fantastic footballer, right? And but it's true, and a lot better, for want of a better way of putting it, than some of your teammates. But it didn't matter, because the point was we were all in it together, and because we felt that sense of community, you'd run that bit more for the player that might not be able to run, or they might have the skills or whatever. And that is another thing that made it so special.
I'm in the beginner development team, and I think it can be quite intimidating as an adult trying to learn a new skill like football that a lot of people learn as a kid, and I think Hackney have created a really nice kind of safe environment to learn that. We have so much fun in our training sessions, we're just laughing the whole time, and it's just really nice environment. The whole team's really lovely.
So why did you choose to join Hackney?
So I had a couple of friends who I went to uni with who had joined Hackney, and they just always talked about how social it was, how inclusive it was. Obviously I'm a gay woman, so it felt like a very comfortable environment to be in. And yeah, it's been fantastic ever since I joined.
What I always said as the manager, it's like, look, we're not necessarily going to win the league, although we did one year. The point was is that yeah, thanks.
Well done. You had to put that in there, didn't you?
But the fact that we were all together was the important thing, because it's grassroots football. That's what it's about. It's about, you know, and those relationships that you build like last forever. Because here we are, we couldn't remember how long when the last time was we saw each other, but like you know, straight away we're right back in it.
So why is Hackney a special club to you?
There's lots of diversity here amongst the club, both in age, gender, culture, background, and so it just feels safe to be open about that, and there's lots of opportunity for personal growth and as a football player.
So Hackney was set up in 1986. So can you tell me how it was set up, why it was set up, and how it's changed over the years?
So what's interesting is you get lots of stories about how Stonewall FC, which is set up as a men's team, was the first gay football club in Europe. They're wrong. It might be the first men's football club, but actually Hackney, we think, was the first out lesbian team in Europe when it started in 1986. And it was started by a bunch of women who wanted to play football, but found themselves actually not being accepted by a lot of other football teams. So they said, actually, we're all lesbians, we can get together and make our own team. But it's never been exclusively for lesbians. That's why we say it's a predominant lesbian team, because you're not going to gatekeep people. If people want to come along, everyone's welcome. But actually, it's always been out and proud. And actually, that was the middle of, just before Section 28, which was quite a hostile environment for our community. So that was really important. And, you know, one of the things, you know, there's a lot of talk about trans participation in women's football right now. And I remember having an argument with the league in the 90s about one of our trans players. So, you know, it's not a new thing, but unfortunately the environment is hostile again now. And I know that Hackney is, again, continues to be inclusive, which is so important.
We're filming for Pride Month.
Yes.
So can you tell me what Pride Month means to you?
Oh, that is a good question. I should have probably thought of a better answer. I think it's a month where you do just get to really embrace the inclusivity of Pride and the fact that you do get to, and I feel like you should celebrate being gay all year round, and almost to a point where you shouldn't have to have a Pride Month, but the fact that we do really gets you to give the attention on it, gets the global focus on the inclusive nature of it. And it's just a good occasion to get together from, like, me and my wife will join up with the Hackney ladies and we'll have a great social occasion, and it's just a chance to get together, be ourselves in an environment we feel comfortable in, and have a good time.
I was with a deaf friend who had come out too, and I thought, I want to join a football club. So I looked online, and that's when I found Hackney Women, which was a very out team. It was a lesbian-led team, so we both decided to join Hackney. We wanted to be exposed into the lesbian world, and we felt that was the best way. So when we joined, the rest was history.
So obviously we loved it here, but what was the impact that the club had on you, being part of this? What did it mean?
I had just come out at 21. I was quite late coming out. And I remember I was with Abigail, my deaf friend. Do you remember her?
Yes.
And we thought, we want to join a football club. Let's have a look at what's out there to really experience what the world was like out there. So we joined, and it was just so eye-opening. I felt completely immersed, and I felt so welcomed as well. We're both deaf. We were unsure of communication issues, but it was so smooth. Everyone was so welcoming. Communication was not an issue whatsoever, and it really made me become a confident person. I do wish I came out earlier, but how my life is going now, I'm fine. I always think in hindsight, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, but no, actually everything worked out as it should be. And I'm a big believer. I actually have a tattoo that says everything happens for a reason. So I do think everything happened for a reason. If I came out earlier, who knows where my journey would have gone. I do, of course, have a bit of disappointment that I could have explored more, but, you know, it doesn't matter.
Bye. Yeah, well, you're usually. What do I do now?